So in this lesson, what we're going to take a look at is how to find the orthocenter using coordinate geometry. So as a quick refresher, remember when you draw a triangle and you construct altitudes for each side, you find that these altitudes are going to intersect at a common point, and that common point is called our orthocenter. So again, our orthocenter is an intersection of two altitudes. And so what that also means is that if we want to find these equations for these altitudes, we're going to need to know the altitude goes from one vertex and is perpendicular to the opposite side. So let's take a look at this. We have a triangle here. And again, our goal is we know the coordinates of the triangle, and we want to find the coordinates of the orthocenter by finding the equations of two lines containing the altitudes of the triangle and then solving that system of equations. So let's first take a look at finding the orthocenter finding the altitude that goes from point Q to side PD. So the first thing that we would need to know is what is the slope of this line, this side over here, PD. And so you can see that the slope of that side is going to be down 2 over 1 or negative 2. So the slope of side PD is equal to negative 2. That means that the slope of the altitude is going to be 1/2 because it has to be perpendicular. And we remember that the perpendicular slopes of lines are going to have opposite signs, and they're going to be reciprocals of each other. So if we want to find the altitude that goes from point D over to this side, we would need to have the line that has a slope of 1/2 that passes through the point Q. So point Q is 8, 4. So that would give us an equation of y equals 4 plus 1/2 times x minus 8 using point slope form. You could rewrite that as y equals 4 plus 1/2 x minus 4, which would simplify to y equals 1/2 x. And then if we wanted to draw in that line for our altitude, it would look something like this. Now, after that, we would need to find another one of our altitudes. So what we'll do is we'll find the altitude that goes from point D over to line or side PQ. So the first thing that we would need to know is what the slope of PQ is. The slope of PQ, as you can see, is up 1 over 1. So write that down. The slope of PQ is positive 1. That means the slope of the altitude would be equal to negative 1. So if we want to find the equation of the altitude that goes from D over to PQ, we would have the equation y equals positive 4 minus 1 times x plus 4. And if we look at this, we have y equals 4 minus 1x minus 4. The 4's cancel out. We get y equals negative x. So we have two equations here. And the altitudes look like this. And as you can see, it appears that the altitudes intersect at the point 0, 0, which would mean that would be our orthocenter. To confirm this, what we'd want to do is we'd want to check this algebraically. So again, we can take these two equations we have, and since it says y equals 1/2 x and y equals negative x, we can set them equal to each other. So we have 1/2 x equals negative x. Add x to both sides, you get 1.5x equals 0. You get x equals 0. And then if you want to know the y coordinate, you get y equals 1/2 times 0, which is also 0. So the coordinate of the intersection, which would be our orthocenter, is 0, 0. And so that's how you find the orthocenter of a triangle using coordinate geometry. One second example just to look at. We're just going to find the altitude from point C to AB. So from here over to here. if we would want to do that, we would need to find the slope of the side AB first. So if we look at this, the slope of AB is going to be down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. So we have a slope of AB is equal to negative 1/2. That means the slope of the altitude would be equal to positive 2. If you wanted to write the equation of the altitude, we'd have y equals, and again, we're going from point C over to AB. So the coordinate of point C is 1, 2, 3, 4, so 0, negative 4. So we would have y equals negative 4 plus 2 times x minus 0, which would give us an equation of y equals 2x minus 4. So that's telling us that the altitude from point C over to this side AB, we go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. And so it would look something like this. So if we wanted to summarize how to find another, or how to explain to another student how to find the coordinates of the orthocenter of a triangle, what we would want to say is, if we were to summarize this, is that step 1, find the equation for 2 altitudes of the triangle. Then find their point of intersection. And by doing that, you will locate the orthocenter. So go ahead and begin working on the homework. If you have any questions, message me on Remind or email me, and feel free to ask questions about any of the homework problems in class the next day.